Alexander the Great, the biggest conqueror that world's probably ever seen, has actually taught us one really big lesson that can be transferred into this business environment. I know you might think now it might, from my point of view, it might be a stretch, but no, generally, I'm a big fan of these conquerors and this, I would say, masculine energy. You get me? So what he taught us, obviously, like I want to tell you one thing. If you're a coach or an agency owner, just listen up. I mean, if you want to, obviously, if you don't want to stay broke, you'll just listen up because I'm gonna give you the exact strategy to pretty much explode your business to 50, 100k a month, even if you want, obviously, by just leveraging an army of high performing setters, managers, closers, whoever. And that's exactly what Alexander the Great taught us. The thing is that I hate one thing the most, and that's, those lone wolf energy sigma type of thing. Those geeks from TikTok, from whenever you look around, pretty much they're everywhere, just promoting this solo type of grind. No, that actually does make any sense, because do you think that Alexander the Great would manage to conquer the world with, I don't know, just himself? Do you think he was the one actually going into these battles? No, he literally had a high performing army, an army of high performing soldiers, people who would be ready to die literally for him under his command. But you obviously need to realize that he was leading it from the front. And that's exactly what I want to say. Every single day, there are thousands and thousands of new coaches and agencies coming into this market. And I'm sure that if you're watching this video, you're probably a really successful businessman or a coach, agency owner already. In fact, I'm sure that you're in top 1% of those. But it's not even about how hard you work. It's all about leverage, genuinely. And the leverage is first, outsourced client acquisition system, second, dialed offer, and third, a highly educated and high performing sales team, such as the army that Alexander the Great managed to collect. I would say it's like an infinity stones. Once you collect all these infinity stones, all these different pieces of puzzle, they create one bigger picture and everything falls into place and you have such an amazing business. So that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Most businesses just overcomplicate their own systems and stuff, which leads them to just struggling to actually balance it and run a sustainable business, because I feel they're overcomplicating everything. And from overcomplicating those things, the outcome of it is pretty much weak pipelines, wasted time, this, that, they're just spreading themselves too thin. Instead, it's super, super simple. You get me? It's all about having that army of people that will be working for you. But in order for you to actually get in a position to have that army who is gonna do everything for you, for your business, you need to build systems. System first. Like Alexander the Great probably did. I mean, I've read a couple of his not even books, but just stories, I would say. And obviously that is pretty logical, even if you don't know shit about him. In order for him to execute on his plans to conquer the Europe, he obviously needed to create some sort of a game plan, a battle plan. You get me? And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to create a system, a plan that can be executed by everyone else. Because your main goal, obviously, let me ask you, genuine question. Why did you even start your own business in the first place? Probably because you wanted to obviously quit your 9 to 5, live this fancy lifestyle full of freedom, full of both locational and financial freedom, blah, blah, blah. But that actually doesn't make any sense if you're just, I don't know, working 100 hours per week. It's just a fancy type of 9 to 5. So that's exactly why you need to create a system that will be able to be executed on by someone else with 100% of the same efforts as you personally would put into it. So for example, if you have an outbound system, let's say, that you have managed to develop, you can just hire a setter, an outbound specialist, setter who can be putting more efforts into that than you, more inputs, and that's that. He's doing the exact job that you would be doing, but you're now outside of that operation. All you have to do is pretty much take those calls. And that's exactly what Alexander did as well. He created a battle plan. He created a battle plan that was executed by his soldiers. You get me? And that's that quick story that I wanted to tell about him. He's built one of the largest empires in history, not because he fought every battle himself, but it's because he mastered delegation. Super important thing. He had elite generals, battle-tested warriors executing his vision. And his vision was that battle plan. And your vision should be, let's say, 50, 100k a month goal. To get to that certain X amount of money generated or cash collected every single month. And that's your vision. And you need someone who is elite and battle-tested already. While also, you need to be focusing on the pretty much similar things like Alexander was focused on. He focused on strategy and expansion. Business is no different, genuinely. You can't be the one knocking on doors, in door to door, let's say, since my mentor is right now into it. You can't be chasing the leads, doing outbound, setting those calls, even taking the calls at some extent, at some point, because, I don't think it's possible for you to take 10, 15 calls per day consistently, day in and day out. Because like I said, that's just a modern day 9 to 5, But you need an army. And that's where high performing setters come in. And I don't want you to get confused or misguided, because the purpose of these videos is not to nurture you, blah, blah, then sell you on my program. No. Because after all, I don't even have any 15 grand gay coaching program. I don't sell any, I don't have any, obviously. The purpose is for you to set up the system, to get to the level where you feel it's actually the time to delegate. And that's when I hop in, because I don't even charge anything. I just make my money off of the revenue share. So I make my money only after I generate or cash collect X amount of money for the business. I take a revenue share. That's the point. So if I don't have anything to take the rev share from, it does make sense for me to even hop in the business. And that's exactly what I'm trying to make you get to. Get to 6-7 figures consistently, 6-7 figure business, and then it's time to delegate it and build an elite team of killer setters. And those are the 3 steps that I'm usually taking. And you can even do them yourself if you don't feel like I'd be the right person with my management to hop in. Because I've already created a video talking about, literally word for word, how to hire the best fucking talent on the market. And it's a 3 steps process to scale your business with it. First, like I've said, elite team of killer setters. Someone who is battle tested, someone who has the same vision and same goals as you. Obviously, don't hire averages. Genuinely, don't be cheap on that. I know there are a bunch of guys maybe charging setup fees and shit, but no, don't be cheap on it on that one, because it costs you way more than the actual cost of that setup fee. It costs you way more long term. You know how a lot of people, when handling objection, they ask you, like, is it the cost or the price? And now what's the difference? The price is what you pay at that very moment to invest into setup fee, and the cost is what you pay over a long enough time frame. Because if you hire average, geeky setters, some random third world country guys that don't have the proper mentality, not only that they are not gonna be generating you money and leaving so much cash on the table, but they are losing you money as well, especially if you're running ads, because you could have generated tens of thousands of dollars every month with a killer guy inside. Plus, all commission based. I don't like working with any princesses. And that's exactly why I'm all about this masculine energy. Alexander the Great, the movie 300 and stuff. Those kinds of things. You need someone who doesn't have a princess mindset. You need someone who is gonna be willing to work for every bit of commission he makes. And then you train them like warriors. Scripts, I don't know, tonality if it's about SDR, cold calling and stuff, objections, role plays, setting goals, keeping them on track. For example, inside the team of setters that I'm managing, we have the competition where person with least amount of calls booked per week is gay of the week, and no one wants to be that. That's the thing. And you just need to keep them accountable with daily calls, daily KPI tracks, daily report channel, whatever you can think of. That was the first thing. Second, obviously, just leverage or make sure that they're doing these inputs consistently. Inputs. Let them know that they need to, and both you as well. emotionally detach yourself from the outcome completely and make sure that inputs are done properly, because input equals output. What you put in, that's what you'll get out. You get me? Proven messaging as well, to book high quality sales calls. Obviously, when you're gonna be going through these conversations, you'll realize some sort of a pattern. That's exactly what I'm telling my setters. It's a proven method. After we, let's say, book a call and get the close from that call, we extract the framework and we use it as an example for the future convos. Obviously, we tailor it specifically on each and every single lead that we have in the pipeline, but you see the point. And then just volume plus precision. That's how you have that explosive growth. Pretty much just close more deals and multiply your income is what I wanted to say. Simply because it's all about leverage. Remember what I said at the beginning. And like I've said, this video is not serving the purpose of me selling you whatever, but genuinely, if you got the value from this, I'd appreciate your subscribe, because I'm also right now creating an army, the same way Alexander the Great did back then. I'm creating an army of high performing soldiers who are ready to die, to actually excel in the industry and not to get surpassed by these thousands and thousands of geeky feminine coaches that are coming into this industry every single day. And also make sure to comment with your feedback and let me know if this video was helpful, first of all, and if it wasn't, maybe let me know how I can just tailor my other videos specifically so you can find them useful, because I'm posting them 3-4 times a week, and my goal personally is, like I said, both create an army and help as many people as possible. So yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Keep smashing it, and there's no other way. It's do or die time, boys.